Dan, this is an historic time for baseball. It's been an historic year, actually, for women with Kamala Harris as the vice president-elect, and now Kim Ng as the new general manager of the Miami Marlins. And to think that you gave her first start in baseball way back when, that intern out of University of Chicago. Tell me about it when she applied. I am sure there you had to have hundreds of applications, and how did hers stand out?
Peggy, it's really fun. I really got a chance to hire her twice, which I'm really proud of. She's made me look as though I have pretty good skills in that area. We interviewed over 100 people for an internship position when we moved into the new ballpark. And my favorite part of the story is when Kim came for her interview from the University of Chicago, my then 3-month-old daughter was sound asleep in my office in a Graco playpen because I just had no choice. I had to bring her to work that day. So we couldn't even do the interview. She knocked on the door, stepped in, the lights were down, the shades were pulled, and little Sarah was sound asleep. And I popped out and just said, we can't her. And that was her first interaction with me, which I still chuckle about. She absolutely blew us away in the interview. Made comments, Peggy, about being an immediate contributor, wasn't going to be just another person. She just said, I'll make you proud of hiring me. I'll make sure that I'm there to help you in every way. Peggy, her internship lasted 2 months. I hired her full time just because she was too darn good. It would have been silly to let her go in an internship. And she ended up working with me for 7 years, developed an incredibly strong friendship. I think the world of her. And, she never really worried about being the only woman in the room. As you know, as a woman who's broken a lot of barriers in the sport, in sports in general, it's awkward. It's a lot of people have stigmas. A lot of people weren't supportive, especially in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
She's lucky she had some really good people that were really supportive. We never allowed it to become an issue. If it was an issue for somebody, they were the one who left the room, not her.
Wow. You're right. There are awkward moments. Baseball is an old boys network in so many ways that, if you don't join the locker room talk and kind of go along with it, then you're kind of not one of them. How did you guys break that, though? Guys can walk out of the room if they weren't comfortable, but at what point did you guys have to set the table for the organization? Did it come from Jerry Reinsdorf, or was it Kim herself who kind of forced others to accept her just by her example?
Great question. And I think it's a two-part answer. Number one, I think it had to be evident that I supported her and I considered her my right hand, somebody who was going to be involved in everything. Once I think people saw that I trusted her, confided in her, really looked for her opinion in the room, I think it eased things. As an organization, we were very forward thinking. We were doing analytics in the early 80s and just didn't tell anybody. We were doing things that, just on the surface appeared to be normal for us. But from Jerry Reinsdorf, Jack Gould, Howard Pizer down, we never worried about gender. But Peggy, it really comes down to the individual. With hard work, perseverance, great interpersonal skills, a professional nature all the time, a wonderful personality.